Hey, everyone. Welcome to the holiday edition. Bo, it's the holiday edition of Emerald Coast Weekly.
I have the squishy holiday vibes inside my soul.
'Tis the season to be jolly. we want to welcome all of our JVC broadcasting guests to Emerald Coast Weekly here on a Sunday morning. We hope you're having a good holiday season, and Bo and I are pleased to introduce our first guest today. Is Dr. K from K's Carry On K. It's lovely to see you again.
I'm so glad to be here. Thank you.
You know, how did you, K's Carry On, we're going to talk about it in just a second, but backtracking for a little bit, how did you determine there was a need for this?
I'm going to say, first and foremost, that the God of heaven gave me this creative idea.
All right.
I didn't come up with it.
All right, then.
But I did grow up in the foster care system. I was born into the system. And every time I moved from home to home, my items were always placed in a trash bag. And so I don't want for children to have to experience what I experienced. And I love making sure that they get something that's brand new, that's on wheels, just to give them dignity, hope, and respect. That's how I look at it.
And, you know, I've heard you tell the story. You were a chamber member, which we're very grateful for, at the Forum Beach Chamber. And Kay explained the first time I heard that. And I thought, wow, that is something that the average person does not know about. So I want to backtrack just for a second, Kay, to foster care in general. You've written a book called Faces of Foster Care, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And let's talk about what that is.
Well, the books are primarily testimonies of individuals who have went through the foster care system.
Okay.
So these are adults. And of course, we have a 14-year-old that chose to write. You know, she wanted to write on behalf of being the big sister when foster children would come into their home. And she wanted to write about that.
Nice.
Now, the other individuals, they are either professionals that work with foster youth, and then the majority are individuals who actually were in the foster care system, and they're sharing their testimony about how the Lord literally walked them through that journey. So that's what the Faces of Foster Care is all about.
How does a child become a member of foster care? How does this occur?
A lot of times it happens because our job, if you're a teacher or a professional, you're mandated to report if you see that a child could be being mishandled by their caregivers. And when I mean by mishandled, that just means that maybe they're not coming to school every day like they should. They're not being fed. They don't have on clean clothes. The environment that they live in is not clean. There's just so many things that could cause a child to come into foster care.
A child is put into foster care, so now they go from one house to another, or how are they transferring from one place to another?
Unfortunately, children do move from one foster home to another, and a lot of times the child, if they feel like they're getting close to that foster family, they'll do anything to disrupt that placement. And so before you know it, the foster family or the group home or whoever has that child, they'll make a phone call to the Children's Division, CPS, and they'll say, okay, well, I can't have this child in my home anymore. They're going to have to leave. Come get them. I've been a foster parent for like 13 years in 3 different states, and a lot of children, for whatever reason, they do move, and it is unfortunate. Sometimes the foster parent just says, I don't want this child in my home. Maybe they just clash. And so my heart literally just dropped. And so I asked the worker if that child could come and be at my home. And I was only doing respite at that time, but his sister was at my house.
Oh, I'll be darned.
So it's like, okay, well, let's put them together.
Wow.
And it worked out really beautiful.
So there's a connection there.
Yes.
From Lord above, perhaps, connected
Amen.
the dots with Kay on that.
That's
so
right.
Now we're chatting about the specificity that I mentioned earlier about this very unique niche that you're filling. So when that boy is moving from the one house, in this case to your house or to another house, traditionally all of his belongings, clothes, and even the toys that he may have received for Toys for Tots are thrown into the first thing that comes along, which is a hefty bag, right?
Yes.
And that is how he or she is transferring their items to their new home.
Correct. It's not dignity, hope, or respect whatsoever.
So your goal, therefore, is to get some totes or some suitcases or something along those lines to make it a little more dignified transition.
That is correct.
K's Carry On is the name of your organization.
Yes, sir, it is.
And so, therefore, what we're advising everyone is we need you to help us provide these rolling luggages or bags or whatever we're calling them. So how does that work now?
I'm gonna spotlight one of my amazing ladies who is a part of the chamber.
Good.
Her name is Amber Carpenter. She's a realtor.
Yep.
And she actually volunteered to use her conference room that she's not using. She said, just tell them to bring their donations to my building, and I will house them for you.
I'll be darned.
So Amber, right there on Eglin Parkway, up
That
the
is
road there,
correct.
kind of near Goofy Golf. She's up in that vicinity. Okay, so she's storing them for you, so,
Yes.
which is wonderful. Do they all have to be new?
That is my desire.
Okay.
Now, the Lord has recently shared with me that if I get gently used, that I can take them to either a men or women's recovery center. I would love it if people want to donate financially, they're welcome to do that. And they can go on my website, which is kayscarryon.org. And then also, if they want to donate the luggage, they can just bring it here to the Fort Walton Beach area and get in contact with Amber Carpenter. She's located at 4585 Highway 20 here in Fort Walton Beach. And you can just reach out to her office, and she's there from 8 to 4. So donations can be brought anytime.
And is that listed on the website? So Kay, let's describe how folks can help out in this capacity. I know that you have a website, and then we're going to talk about the drop-off location for Amber on Eglin Parkway. So let's talk about first your website.
Yes, my website is www.kayscarryon.org. You can also contact me by phone, which is what a lot of people like to do. It's area code 936-240-8762, and you can call me at any hour and just share with me. You're always welcome to leave a voicemail, and I'll get back with you the following day.
And then again, we have a drop-off location with our friend Amber Carpenter, who's in Fort Walton Beach. I can't remember what the name of her real estate company is, but it's right there on Highway 85, which is also known as Eglin Parkway.
Yes.
Kind of up near Goofy Golf in that vicinity up there. Bo, you know what I'm talking about.
I
that
sure do.
Vicinity of town.
Al's Auto Repair and that's
Yeah, all up in that vicinity. She's up there on the right-hand side of the road as you go up north. I know that.
It's called Endless Horizons Realty.
There we go.
Yes, and her telephone number is 850-315-0111.
Amber's delightful. Her mom was Diane Keller, is another great person for our community who passed a couple years ago. So Amber, congratulations. Well done on helping out with that endeavor. How many suitcases would you have acquired this year, Kay, do you think?
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to say at least, well, I do this in many states.
Okay.
Southeast Missouri. I also do it like in Corpus Christi, Texas,
darned.
Houston,
What's like that?
Texas. I'm going to be picking up some in Houston over the weekend. So, yes, I would say at least maybe 200 pieces.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you need more.
I need more.
Always.
More
Foster children, yeah. And the reason that I love doing this too is when I joined the military, one of the things I loved the most is that everything was packed very nicely in a rucksack.
Right.
And so I said, if the military has it together, then why can't we do the same for foster youth? We got to do better.
Sure.
So, and I would really like a law to be passed like they have in the state of Texas, where foster children, their items must be placed in decent, I'm going to say luggage,
I'll be
backpacks.
darned. Isn't that something?
Yeah, the governor actually passed that, where children had to have their items placed.
Folks, I've been honored to talk to Dr. Kay from Kay's Carry On today, who has written a book called The Faces of Foster Care. Look for that on Amazon, etc., as well as Kay's Carry On is her website. Google that. Say hello to Amber Carpenter up there at Endless Horizon Realty. Drop off that suitcase. And this holiday season, if you have a brand new one that's been delivered to your house, or you are not using one, feel free to donate it to this incredible, great cause. So, Kay, Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Thanks for an incredible option you're bringing to our community.
Thank you. I'm
Bo,
glad to be here.
We're coming right back with more here on Emerald Coast Weekly.